So, as many of you guys know, OpenAI recently released Deep Research, and it has been completely disrupting the industry and blowing people's minds. Now, the only downside to Deep Research is that it's behind a $200 a month paywall by a closed source company called OpenAI. So for those of you who have seen my recent videos, you'll know that we recently covered open source Deep Research, which is a great tool that is just like Deep Research, but it is open source. And then yesterday we covered Web UI. Now, the beauty with Web UI is that it is made by browser use, which is something that is similar to OpenAI's operator, but open source. And they have a nice user interface in GUI. I did a video on it yesterday, like I said, and it has a lot of cool features and it makes it really easy to use with their user interface. Now, the one downside with open source Deep Research, and it may not be a downside to some people, but you can only use it within the command line, and it is really good. It has something what is called breadth and depth, which allows you to customize the query so you can get really in-depth deep research, or maybe a little bit less deep research, maybe more shallow research. But I was on Twitter today and I came across a cool solution. So this gentleman right here actually made an open source Deep Research to save you $200 a month, and it is based on the CLI version of Deep Research by David that we recently covered, which is this one right here, and it allows you to have a beautiful looking GUI as you're using the power of this Deep Research project. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use their cloud version where you simply just add in your API keys, or within the next couple minutes, I'll show you exactly how you can have this self-hosted on your system, add in your own API keys, and be using Deep Research to save $200 a month. Without ado, guys, let's dive right into it. All right, guys, so all links I cover in today's video will be linked down below. So this is the repo right here, guys. I'll give you a quick overview of it, and then we'll dive into the cloud version and then show you exactly how to self-host this. So this is a modern interactive web interface built on the original Deep Research CLI project, which we covered. This web app transforms the command line research assistant into an intuitive, visually appealing experience using Next.js and Shad-CN UI. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Deep Research CLI project, I'll give you a quick overview. It uses Firecrawl to do the web scraping and then uses OpenAI to perform the deep research. So a few key features: intelligent research process, research output, so produces markdown reports and findings and sources, real-time progress tracking of research steps. You got a modern interface, a bunch of other stuff. You can go through it all on your own time. So this project, if you don't know, is built on another wrapper, which essentially is another AI wrapper. So you can check it out here. It is a pretty cool, interesting wrapper for your AI projects. All right, so before we get into the installation of this locally, I'm going to show you that you can actually simply just use this in their cloud version, and you just fill in your API keys and you can get started with this right away. So I'll leave the link down below, but you simply just go to anotherwrapper.com/open deep research with dashes in between, and then you'll see this right here. Now, once you first load it up, it's going to ask you to configure your API keys like so. So you're going to want to add your OpenAI API key and your Firecrawl API key. If you don't know about Firecrawl, go to Firecrawl and make an account, get an API key, and then add that sucker in. Once you got your API keys here, we're just going to click on Start Researching. And then boom, simple as that. Now we can go ahead and we can actually change some of these filters. So if we want to do GPT-4o or GPT-4o mini or O3 mini, and I'm just going to use O3 mini because it's super powerful. And then we can adjust our breadth and depth right here to determine if we want really deep research or maybe not so deep research. I'll just leave it right here with 4 breadth and 2 depth. All right, so to test this out, I'm going to say OpenAI's new deep research model, how it works, and what it means for the future of AI and research. Let's go ahead and click on send. We can see that it is thinking right here. And perfect, it's asking us a couple follow-up questions before it gets into the research. So one, are you primarily interested in the technical architecture and training methodology of deep research, or more implication? I'm just going to say both for number 1, so both. Oh, I forgot to put number 2, but it's good anyways. It's just a test. So now we can see starting in-depth research based on your inputs. Now we can see this nice UI right here. So generated feedback questions, researching up to 4 SERP queries since we added a breadth of 4, and then created 4 SERP queries right here. We can see those right here. Researching, so OpenAI Deep Research Model Technical Architecture Breakdown, and then found 5 results. Processing right here. 5 content items found, generated 2 learnings. Okay, so now it's going to take these learnings and have those learnings as it's doing the next searches. So researching, found 5 results. Now it has another query, implications of OpenAI deep research model on future AI research and innovation. Generated 2 more learnings. Going again to a next query right here. So comparative analysis of OpenAI's deep research versus traditional AI models. Generated 2 learnings, still researching. And this should be our last query right here. So ethical and societal considerations of deploying OpenAI's deep research model. Found 4 content items. And this is a lot easier and a lot more visually appealing than, seeing all the different, logs within the terminal. So I like this UI definitely a lot better for using this. Okay, and boom, here we have our report. And yes, this is very in-depth. I'm not going to read through it all, of course, but you can see OpenAI's new deep research model, architecture capabilities, and future implications. Boom, 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 boom. We have our table of contents, introduction, technical overview, enhanced O3 model and training methodologies, data synthesis and multimodal analysis, performance benchmarks, applications across domains, different domains here, comparative analysis with previous models, challenges and limitations, ethical stuff, future directions, conclusion. And as you can see, very in-depth here, going over every single little thing. And then we have at the bottom, we have our sources. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably about 15, 16 sources right here. So this did a great job. Are you tired of pouring thousands of dollars into appointment setters only to watch leads slip away? Imagine having a team of elite sales agents booking qualified appointments for you around the clock. No more wasted time on training, no more frustration with performance, and no more draining your budget on inconsistent and expensive call centers. Introducing Stride Agents, AI-powered appointment setters that work 24/7, never get tired, and book appointments while you sleep. Trained on thousands of successful conversations, our AI agents outperform human teams at just 1/10 of the cost. Join the ranks of businesses that doubled their appointments and booking rates in just a matter of weeks. Don't get left behind in the AI revolution. Visit strideagents.com now and transform your entire sales process with cutting-edge AI technology. It's time to accelerate your stride with AI agents. Now you can also just download this report right here as a research_report.txt, and it will have it in a markdown file. So if we open this up, now we can see this whole entire thing in a nice markdown file. You could feed this to an LLM or do whatever you want with this. All right, so how do we actually get this self-hosted, right? I showed you the cloud version. Well, let's self-host this. So it's very simple. We're just going to start by git cloning this repo right here. All right, so I ran git clone, the repo URL, and then you're going to cd into open-deep research right here. So cd, and then once you cd into open research, you're going to run npm install to install all the different dependencies. And then I like opening it in Cursor. You can open it in VS Code or whatever IDE you want. And you'll see a .env file, .env.example. You're going to want to make a copy of that, call it .env, and then you're going to paste in your OpenAI API key, your Firecrawl API key, and then save that file. After that, you're just going to run npm run dev, and it's going to start up the development server on localhost port 3000. And if you need those commands, they are literally right in the repo right here. You can simply just copy and paste. And boom, now you can see I have this Open Deep Research GUI right here hosted on my local host. So if we go over here and you can see we're using the environment variable API keys right here. We can select our model right here. I'm going to put 2 breadth right now just for another test and put maybe 1 depth. All right, so I'll just say, what is AGI? How can we determine when we achieved it? And we're using O3 Mini, so a very powerful model. If you guys haven't used that, I definitely recommend trying it out so we can see it's thinking again. All right, so it's asking us some follow-up questions right here. All right, just for this test, I'm going to say all for all 3. Now it's starting the in-depth deep research based on our inputs. Okay, so you can see it's going through that same process, researching the SERPs right here. Okay, and boom, our researching is done. And as you can see, we have this nice in-depth report, even though we put the lowest breadth and depth. You can see the table of contents here, AGI and context of taxation, definition of calculation. Looks like I actually forgot to mention AGI for artificial general intelligence. So it took it in many different definitions here, like adjusted gross income. Okay, it also did AGI and artificial general intelligence. So we can see defining AGI and its ambitions, evaluation frameworks and benchmarks, practical evaluation methods, comparative discussions. I think you guys get the point here. You can see all the different references here, download the report. So I think this is a very cool tool, and it is a great build on top of the previous repository that we covered, Open Deep Research right here. So far I've showed you 3 different ways that you can actually go ahead. This is the 3rd one, and use Open Deep Research and save $200 a month instead of paying OpenAI that money to use their deep research. Now, like I mentioned before, I'm actually still paying OpenAI to use their deep research, as well as their other tools like O1 Pro and whatnot, and it's very powerful. I'm currently, using both and experimenting with both to see the different limitations. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below about Open Deep Research, about this new GUI, as well as about Web UI, and as well as deep research from OpenAI. I know there's a lot of different ones there, but let me know if you tried them all, which one is your favorite, and do you think it's worth $200 a month for OpenAI to, use their research, or are you just going to stick with the open source ones? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. If you're new to this channel, we upload videos all the time on AI, marketing, sales, AI agents, and a bunch of different stuff. So if you like the type of content, you got some value here, I definitely appreciate liking this video, commenting down below, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the uploads. Also, too, guys, if you haven't already joined our free community, stridecommunity.com, for our free Facebook group and Discord channel, I'll leave a link down below. And then definitely check out our Stride AI Academy for behind-the-scenes resources, tools, templates, trainings, and more. And then also, too, if you run a business and you need help implementing AI agents into your business, like AI appointment setters, AI call centers, AI automations, whatever the case may be, or if you want help selling these AI agents into other businesses for 2 to 10K plus, book a call down below at executivestride.com/apply, and we can see if it's a fit or not. Other than that, guys, I will see you in the next video. Keep hustling, keep grinding, and of course, guys, accelerate your stride. Take care.